Doggies! So, a quick roundup of the year. What? Everyone else does it. Wankers. I has a Minions 3. Right, so between January and February at some point, the police came round to my house 3 times in 2 weeks, 10 officers, no lack of resources there, clearly. On March 24th, they finally managed to arrest me by phoning me up. It was a Friday. By phoning me up on the Friday afternoon about 1:14, I think. Video evidence may contradict that time. About 1:14 and saying they wanted to investigate 25 years worth of theft in the public purse. Great, I said. Finally, we got a fucking breakthrough. Now, they turned up on the Friday night to arrest me because they're a bunch of fascist Nazi bastards. On opening the door, I said, are you here to state my statement? And then PC Dean, the big crybaby, because I creased his bulletproof vest because they were there completely fucking unlawfully, and just marched into my hallway without fucking invitation because they're a bunch of fascist Nazi bastards, then tried to do me for police assault. And he said, no, he didn't even question, are you here to take my statement? He just went, you're under arrest, yada, yada, yada. That was an indictable offence. They didn't have a fucking arrest warrant. No, they don't need one of them. So then a couple of weeks later, the CPS went to court and changed the charges because they can just do whatever the fuck they like. They're above the fucking law! I say, chaps! So then we went back to court because there'd been another mistake because they hadn't sort of referred any of the fucking charges back because they're a bunch of incompetent fucking bent wankers. Then the judge came in and I thought I was going to have a chance to say my case, and he went, no, you must not broadcast this case. You're not allowed to make a complaint to the court because we're a bunch of fascist Nazi bastards and we'll do whatever we fucking want, and this is going back to Magistrates Court because this was in Crown Court. This is Judge Enright. Hello, Judge Enright. You bent fucking piece of shit. Passing on messages from your chief constable, mate. Yeah, because you're all in it fucking together, aren't you? So then it went back to Magistrates Court, and then something else happened. And then they told me the court case wasn't happening, and then they went ahead with it anyway because they can do whatever the fuck they like because they're a bunch of fascist nasty bastards. So then they apparently now fined me 680 quid for police assault because they dropped the original charge because Chris Green, the bailiff, who had apparently so insulted by calling him a Nazi, and by the way, he's left his job now because he was completely breaking the law, and which pretty much proves my point. But he couldn't really be bothered turning up because apparently he'd left his job and they'd sent a letter to the court, and for like 6 months they didn't realise that he hadn't actually got it because no details had been uploaded as to his future employment, which doesn't really seem very likely, does it? Anyway, so that wasn't happening. The CPS asked to vacate the court date, and then the court went ahead with it anyway because there was a judge in the fucking magistrates court. Fucking hell, how did that happen? There was a judge in the magistrates court. Let me say that again. There was a judge in the fucking magistrates court. Why? Right? So then they just went ahead with it anyway because they knew the CPS wanted to vacate the date because they'd got the same letter that I'd got. But they just carried on fucking regardless because they're above the law and they're a bunch of fascist Nazi fucking wankers. I think that's about it, actually. Got through that very quickly. And of course, the police continue to support their bank council mates who are unlawfully charging for trading licences. And indeed, from 1984 until 2009, put all that trading licence money in their back pockets, the council, this is. And had free holidays and bought free fucking cars, all on the expense of the fucking taxpayer who didn't know a fucking thing about it, surprisingly enough. And that's why, if you go down to HDC headquarters, the car park looks like a luxury fucking car showroom, because they're getting all this fucking money for free off the fucking taxpayer who doesn't even know that they're taking that money and stuffing it in the back pocket, because they're all a bunch of bent fascist Nazi fucking wankers, aren't they? And then they sit there and tell us how to live our lives. And if you don't pay your council tax, you send bailiffs round. Bailiffs add 300 quid onto the bill, regardless of whether you can fucking afford it or not. They don't fucking care, right? Because they just want to send people to prison. Because do you know what? The police get money for keeping people in their cells. The prisons get money for locking people up, lawfully or fucking otherwise, right? The entire fucking establishment, which is, by the way, a fucking dictatorship, right, does not obey any fucking law known to man, right? There's two things here, people. There's a legal law and there's a lawful law. And all these acts and fucking statutes, they're all fucking unlawful, right? You don't have to obey them. They rely on you complying to obey them. So you go along, you obey you go along with the bailiff or the police, you go down for police for questioning, right? Then the police just make up their own fucking evidence, right? The CPS, which is now known as the Corporate Protection Squad, right? Then just takes that case to court, where there's any fucking evidence against you whatsoever, right? Because evidence doesn't fucking matter anymore. The law doesn't fucking matter anymore, right? You're guilty. As soon as you go with that bailiff or that police officer, you are fucking guilty, right? And let me just cast back a minute to last August, right? Because I should have known I was being arrested because I got into the back of a marked police vehicle with uniformed officers present. They don't have to fucking arrest you. They don't have to read your rights. They don't have to do fuck all, right? They can just get you down there. As long as they fucking question you, right, that's it. You're fucking guilty. Because the magistrate is fucking bought and paid for. Or the judge, like I had, or didn't have because I didn't go because I was told it wasn't on, or the judge that I had in the magistrate's court who just carried on fucking regardless because they're all fucking above the fucking law. Now, if this channel has taught you nothing else, please listen to that message. You are guilty before you get to court. You are guilty before you get to court. You are guilty before you get to court. They are all bent. They're all fucking bought and paid for. They're all Nazi fucking fascist wankers. You are guilty before you get to court. Thank you very much. Good night. Have a fantastic, fabulous New Year's Eve, darlings.